This is a video about a day at Brands Hatch watching the Caterham Graduates Racing. I've also got 2 interviews for you in this one, so let's get into the video. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. We're using the Dartford crossing, which for us means only one circuit really, which is Brands Hatch. I was very fortunate to have 2 tickets given to me by Rod Oldland, who owns MorphMy, to watch today's Caterham Graduate Racing, which included being in the suite he had rented for the day. So thank you very much for the tickets. Here is the first lap of the race in the suite. Note to self though, try not to film in front of the glass, and also try to nod less when doing interviews, which you will see soon. It was great to be able to see all of the track from the suite, and also great to meet some people, even some people who have subscribed to my channel, which was brilliant. This was the first Caterham race on the Sunday, and this is the 135 race. I will leave links in the descriptions below to all of the racing for the weekend, and where I can I will leave some times so you can hopefully skip to the bits that you want to. I wasn't planning on doing any interviews on the day, and for some reason I got a bit nervous, which I think was mainly why I was nodding so much. But anyway, here's a video with Rod Oldland, which I'm sure some of you will know. Hello, well we've bumped into Rob today from MorphMy, who I'm sure you've known and probably seen his YouTube channel as well, Rod Oldland Motorsport. So how you doing, Rob? You doing well today?
It's just been the most incredible weekend. Just being in the paddock, it's great when I was racing, but you know, since the car's gone, I've just learned to enjoy racing in a different way. And to be back here, first race of the week of the year, the weather has just been amazing. And we've had 3 races so far out of the 4, and every single one of them, the drivers are putting their cars on the trailer and they're going home all in one piece. And good, clean, close racing. You can't ask for no more than that. Nice. So great weekend. Yeah, it's very good. And for those of you that don't know, Rob owns MorphMy, and he's sponsoring the Caterham Graduates Racing this year as well, and for the next few years after that as well. Yeah, so it's a 3-year deal initially, and I don't know, just such a privilege to have your name on the nose of every single car. So I can always say I've sponsored the winner. So always good sponsorship. So the thing is, the Caterham graduates, the drivers, the members, the club have always been brilliant friends. They helped me all the time I was racing, and then even when I didn't have a car, they said there's a home for you here. So it's nice to be able to perhaps help in a small way to kind of help bring it back to the paddock, just to help a bit. Is an absolute privilege. And when I drove in here on Friday morning and all the cars were lined up, even though I knew MorphMy was on the nose, I've got to be honest, I did have a moment. It was a proud moment, I won't forget it. It definitely does feel like a family atmosphere as well. You can tell that just from walking around the paddock, so it's really nice. So the graduates have some real core values, and one of them is inclusive. And that's not just the drivers, that's everybody. Let's have the families in, let's have the friends in, get them involved. You know, the children as well, they're having a great time, loads in the paddock this weekend. That's absolutely what we're about here at Caterham Graduates. Yeah, very good. And obviously you did I was following your, racing on YouTube as well, and your 2nd year, wasn't it, was with your graduates as well, and that was really good to watch on your YouTube channel. It was. I mean, there's lots of different good places you can go to race any car. And different places for different people is what I would say. But when I found the graduates, I kind of coined the phrase, it's my place to race. When I come here, I felt it at home, absolutely. And like I say, they've, not just the drivers, but everybody have been incredible friends. Yeah, absolutely. So very pleased to be here in this paddock. Yeah, no, very good.
Obviously we've watched one race so far, and I've put some clips in, and that was very exciting to watch, and we're looking forward to watching the next one.
Yeah.
It's about 3 o'clock today, isn't it, I think?
That's right, so the 135s went out this morning. They go out on a single grid. So in Caterham money, that's the 270. And then this afternoon, we have a mixed grid of 150s and Sigmax. So you'd be familiar with the Sigmax. It's essentially a super sport.
Yeah.
Very, very similar cars, a small amount of difference in the horsepower, only a minor amount, different gearbox, and it can suit, different ones can suit different tracks. Ultimately, you end up with very similar competitive cars. So for the first time this year, they're racing on a mixed grid, but for separate trophies.
Okay.
And the thought is maybe with the racing being so close, we might be able to bring them together as one championship next year. I think that's still to be decided, but the mixed grid is certainly a step towards that. So you see Sigmax and 150s all starting off one grid. Last year, you'd have one grid starting off the lights and the other starting maybe 10 seconds off the flag, which isn't ideal. So this, I think, is a better format.
No, that sounds good. I remember watching that last year on the YouTube as well, and I'll put some links in the descriptions below to show where you can watch the races that are on YouTube as well. So I find them really interesting to watch, and it's always such good, very close racing, isn't it? So really good to watch. I love watching any of the racing.
So that's the thing. I mean, I love all sorts of racing, and I definitely enjoy my Formula One still. But I'll challenge anybody that's not watched Caterham Racing to give it a go and not say, well, that was exciting. The one thing for me that transforms it, even if it is exciting, you're still watching cars go round. Pick somebody out, pick somebody to follow is what I would say. So certainly in my vlogs, I'm starting to share other people's stories, and really the intention is to just give you somebody to look out for. Look out for the red car, look out for Matthew Willoughby, whatever, and it just transforms watching the racing, either live on YouTube, or please do come to one of the circuits this year.
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant today. We had our tickets from Rob today, which was very kind of you, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
But I'd never been to Brands Hatch before either, and it's a brilliant viewing circuit, because you can see, especially in your hospitality suite, which is very lovely, because we're quite high up as well, you can see the whole racetrack, so it's really, really nice to be able to see the whole race going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And even round by the circuit, well, being really like close to the track, you can see quite a lot from most positions, can't you?
Brands Hatch Indy Circuit is one of my favourite circuits in the UK from a spectator's perspective, because just like you say, you can pretty much see the whole of the track. In fact, from the suite they have today called the Sky Suite, there's no part of the track you cannot see. The only couple of meters you cannot see is the control tower. Blocks one tiny section of track, but you can see the entire thing. And if you don't mind, it wasn't a paid promotion, but I've rented it off of Carbon Rentals. That suite, incredible value. And the reason I particularly mention it is the company that own it, well, they go racing Caterhams as well.
Oh, okay.
So
Brilliant.
that's kind of why, and if we can help support them, brilliant suite.
Yeah, very good. But no, well, thank you for chatting with us today anyway. I'm sure we'll see you around soon.
Really appreciate you coming along, and well done on your YouTube channel, which is doing incredibly well.
Thank you, Well, I'll leave a link to Rob's YouTube channel in the description below, as well as where you can watch the racing from today as well. So, thank you.
Thanks, James.
There were some big crowds at Brands Hatch due to the truck racing, and there were also a lot of trucks on display. Here are a few clips of the other racing which was on the day as well. Brands Hatch is a short track, and you can see a lot of the track from most positions. I think one of my favourite places to view was inside the middle of the track at Druids. This was because most of the overtaking seemed to happen around the first corner, Druids or Graham Hill Bend. Here is an interview with Mark Barrett, who you might know from Instagram. Hello, yeah, so we've bumped into Mark Barrett, who is Road and Air on Instagram, and I'll leave a link in the description below so you can follow him on Instagram. And how's your first weekend been?
It's been brilliant, like really good fun. Like, it's just nuts to be able to do this. I'm super fortunate, and like, it's just been such a good community. Everyone's so friendly. It's my first race ever, like not my first race weekend. Fourth time driving a Caterham, and I've just loved every second. Like, my qualifying wasn't great. I got 21st, but then today I managed to get into 12th place. I got into 13th place, almost 12th, but then unfortunately I had a bit of a spin under pressure and lost all that hard work. But you know what, I'm super happy because I can overtake. Who knew?
Yeah, so that was really good fun overtaking on track as well, surely.
Loved it. Just such a buzz. Like, I'm still buzzing from adrenaline like 3 hours later or whatever. But yeah, overtaking things, that's just so much fun. Spotting where the moves are and making it stick. That's the thing. So yeah, hopefully next session at Snetterton, I'll be more competitive and make up a few more places and hopefully get close to number 10.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
No, very good. And was it your first time or first weekend at Brands Hatch? Have you done many track days here before? Or?
No, never been here, never raced here. Very first time, so I'm learning every lap basically, and I could see on my V-Box that I was getting quicker and quicker every lap, and I was kind of looking down at it on that last race being like, what? How's that happen? Like, losing half a second a lap.
So one thing I've noticed today from being a spectator is the kind of undulations of the track itself, because I've driven around it lots of times on my Xbox and on Sims and stuff like that, but I can't believe, especially the first corner, how far it actually dips down and goes back up. So
yeah, it's really weird because it sounds stupid, but even though I'm driving it and racing it, it doesn't feel that bad. But then yesterday I went on the for a pit walk, and you realise the straight is actually really curved, like it's on an angle, and I hadn't realised at all. But then the dip off the first corner is just yeah, it's insane. First time, second time, third time that you do that first corner, it's crazy. Like, it dips down so much. Your tyres are squealing, you're sliding around a little bit, trying to catch it. But then you do it more and more and you get used to it. And actually, it's not that scary. Like, it's just literally just turn sharply, come in, slide a little bit, shoot off up the hill again. And it's a wonderful corner, like just so much fun. So yeah.
Very good. So is that one of your favourite corners of the track? Have you got other ones, or?
Yeah, I'm all right at that one. It's that was the one that I was struggling with the most at the start. Yeah. But yeah, you've just got to brake later and later and later until you find your flow, and you realise actually you can brake really late, pitch it in sharp, and then you're off. But yeah, that's a good corner. And the second to last corner, I love that one as well. It's really fast. Going into the curbs, get up on the side a little bit, get a wheel off maybe, and then fling it round in fourth, and you only lift off a little bit just to get momentum into it and grip. So yeah, that's a great corner. That's a great corner.
Sounds really good. And what was it like racing with other people as well?
Yeah.
Myself, I've only ever done track days, so what was it like actually battling with other drivers?
Yeah, so I've only done track days. Like, I've only done like 6 or so track days before. But yeah, it was a little bit more difficult because everyone's in the same car, everyone's trying to go as fast as they can, and everyone's trying to stop you getting around them. Yeah. So thankfully I had a really good start, got the bike point right on my clutch, and took off, and I think I got like 2 or 3 people on the first corner. Took a tight line on the second corner, and I think I got another couple. Yeah, it was weird being on the outside because yesterday I was on the inside of the track, so yeah, completely different feeling. But yeah, I'm so happy I got up to 13th. Like, it didn't stick, I did the spin, but for me, first race ever, I'm made up.
Looking forward to seeing you in your next race anyway at
Snetterton. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Like, I've done a bit of testing there just for a day. Like, that's my second time in the Caterham. So I've understood, but I've been on the Xbox as well, and I'm trying to memorise it and work out where the lines are, and yeah, I'll be chatting with Ryan Hooker again for some tuition, because he was really helpful this weekend, and yeah, the guys at PTS have given me lots of advice as well. So yeah, PTS Motorsport are looking after me this season and just doing a really good job. I had a great mechanic with Jack. It was his first race weekend as well. So we were both completely new to this, and he's done a great job. I'm happy with my results. So, well, I'm happy with my position, not my result. But yeah, we'll go again.
Nice, sounds very, very good. And one quick question: why did you choose the graduates rather than going into like academy or something like that?
Yeah, sorry. I had a really good chat with James McCall, who's you'll always see at the front of the grid, and he was really generous with his time. Gave me like an hour and a half phone call just off the bat, and then WhatsApp messages and all this kind of thing. And I was just struck by how safe compared to other series it is. Yeah. Safety's taken very seriously. Every brief is like, don't crash into each other. So yeah, it was the safety aspects. I am running on a budget, so it does make a big difference, and you're limited with the number of tyres that you can have. So it just helps manage it more than I think anywhere else. So and the community here is just fantastic. Like my first race weekend, and everyone's just been so lovely, helpful, friendly, and yeah, I think I'm going to make a lot of friends here. So it's really nice.
Just saying, when I was chatting with Rob, it just seemed like a kind of like a big family kind of here, isn't it? It's like definitely a family environment. It's really good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Everyone's taking me under their wing and giving me tips here and there, and it's been great. Great, and the food's delicious as well.
Oh, like, even better.
PTS Motorsport, their catering is amazing.
Give a shout out to their chefs then.
Yeah, and the lady that makes the cakes.
Oh, very good. No, well, thank you very much for talking to us today anyway.
My pleasure.
Like I say, I'll leave your Instagram in the link below.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely watch out for you in your next race. So,
nice one.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Mark has been very kind and let me use his Onboard for the first lap of the race. So here is that video. Here are some clips from the second Caterham Graduates race of the day, which I'm sure you will enjoy.
Gets the job done on the exit of Caterham, and he's ahead of senior in.
Even though I have driven around Brands Hatch lots of times on computer games, I've never been. It was a brilliant day and we were very lucky with the weather. I really enjoyed doing the interviews and I hope you like them as well. I like going to the racing and I have lots of chats like this a lot of the time, and I always think to myself that would have been a really good video. So if you do like these, then maybe I'll do some more. I know the mic wasn't amazing and it would have been good to have some wireless mics to make the sound better on interviews, but I don't know, maybe one day. We are using the Dartford Tunnel on the way back, and it's been an absolute brilliant day. I want to say thanks to Rod Oldland, who owns MorphMy, again for the tickets and also the interview, and also to Mark for the interview as well. Hopefully you have all enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit longer than normal, but hopefully I've kept you until the end. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one.
Cut that.